Hello and welcome to Action Action. My name's John, and each week we watch a movie to decide where it ranks in our ultimate list of the greatest action movies of all time. This week we watched Face Off, starring John Travolta and Nicolas Cage. In order to foil an extortionist plan, an FBI agent undergoes a facial transplant surgery and assumes the identity and physical appearance of a terrorist. But the plan turns from bad to worse when the same terrorist impersonates the FBI agent.
I've been chasing this guy ever since I joined the force. He has no conscience, and he shows no remorse. He's the mastermind behind numerous bombings and political assassinations. He has a felony list a mile long: murder, arson, kidnapping, terrorism, you name it. He's the most dangerous and brilliant criminal mind I've ever known. For years, I've been watching him, tracking him, studying his every move. I know his every mannerism, facial tic, gesture. I know him better than he knows himself. And now, after all this time, I finally figured out a way to trap him. I will become him.
All right. So this week it's me, John. I'm doing the introductions. It's my podcast. And I'm going to welcome back. I'm going to point at you,
Dustin,
and
James.
Yeah. So what'd you guys get up to this weekend? Huh? What'd you do?
I watched a movie called, what is it called? Star Wars.
Oh, what's that one called?
What's that one called?
Little thing called Star Wars.
Yeah, if it's not abundantly clear at this point, we are recording these 2 weeks in advance right now.
Yeah.
Because we're just afraid that we're going to stop being able to do it at some point. So we need to have a couple in the bank. So we're not watching it super late. You watch on opening day after?
Day after, yeah.
So what'd you think?
I liked it. I thought it was good. I don't think I'm going to get too into the details of, I don't know.
I saw it as well.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So what'd you think then?
I liked it a lot. It definitely has a bunch of little problems throughout it, but overall, I think it was pretty great. It was pretty ballsy in a lot of ways.
How big Star Wars fans are you guys? Like James?
I'm not much.
No? Like on a scale of 1 to 10, like what would you say you are?
I don't know, 4?
Dustin, you?
Well, I'm not like a Star Wars fanatic, but it definitely was one of my favorite things when I was a kid. It was trilogy and stuff, the original trilogy. And I had a lot of like really shitty novelizations of stuff that like stories that happened after the movies. And
yeah, as a non-Star Wars fan, like not really that interested, I even read a couple of those.
Oh yeah,
like Boba Fett, Bounty Hunter things.
Yeah.
I had like a whole box full of just Star Wars novels. I don't know what I did with them.
That's cool.
See, I thought the movie was really good. I really like Rogue One. So
Rogue One was cool.
So it kind of was what I was expecting. Like it was good. It was entertaining. All those things. I more want to talk about another movie I watched, which is Kingsman, the second one.
Oh yeah,
because I have so many problems with it.
Oh really? See, that was a movie where I went in with low expectations because everyone talked about how bad it was.
Oh, and
I actually thought it was just
awesome?
kind of fun because it's just a dumb. Well, I didn't think it was awesome, but I enjoyed it for what it was.
I don't know. I think the only thing that saves that film is Elton John.
Yeah, the Elton John stuff's pretty funny.
Yeah, he's pretty hilarious.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
He's in the movie.
Like as
himself.
For like an extended period of time.
There's several scenes with him in it.
See, people have to know that John has no life.
Oh.
And he doesn't get to watch anything.
I watched the first Kingsman. I enjoyed it
until the end.
I fucking hate the ending.
What was it? Oh, when all the heads blow up?
Oh no, that's not what bothers me. It's the last like scene when he like goes and saves the princess, and he's like,
"Oh yeah."
What does he say?
Yeah,
something about anal sex.
Yeah. If you save the world, you can do me in the butt or something like that. Yeah. It's so out of nowhere.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess it's trying to have like the Mark Miller, how he's kind of
Yeah, no.
gross
It
sometimes.
doesn't do it
Just
for
like-
me. I can't remember what I
just
said.
weird.
James told me about he watched it yesterday, and I can't remember what I said about that scene. But like,
There's another scene in this movie that is similarly gross. With the, do you remember what I'm talking about? Where they put the plant up inside the girl. He put like a tracer thing inside of a.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that is weird.
it's just so whatever. It's out of place. It doesn't.
is weird
It doesn't
that-
make any sense.
My only explanation is that it's Mark. What's his name? Matthew Vaughn. That does
Matthew
these?
Vaughn.
I think
he's like a fucking Mark Millar fanboy.
Yeah. So he's trying to have that Millar or Miller or however the fuck you say his name, like that kind of. He's just sort of he's obscene out of nowhere all the time in his comics and stuff.
Yeah,
so
but yeah, except for he's not really good at it. Go like Garth Ennis then. Like,
well, some Miller stuff's pretty enjoyable.
it's
but-
fine, but I'm saying the stuff in these movies don't make any.
It's just out of it's out of place.
I'm not a fan of it.
It's weird because they're like Roger Moore style James Bond movies.
Yeah.
But then they'll have like this like really crass kind of out of nowhere kind of stuff. But I mean, for what it is, I thought it was pretty enjoyable. I thought the set pieces were pretty fun for the most part. It's really bloated, like much longer than it needs to be. Like probably like half an hour longer than it should be. But
Definitely.
Speaking of half an hour longer than it needs to be, let's talk about Face Off.
yeah,
Yeah, it's a pretty long movie.
it is a long
Yeah.
fucking movie.
So let's talk about plot.
Well, I think plot.
Let's break it down. Let's break the plot down. Justin, what's the basic plot of the movie?
Well, you have Sean Archer is like he's like head of some weird division that's like a secretive anti-terrorist kind of.
Oh, it's like top
FBI.
secret that nobody knows.
I think there's a
There's one like throwaway line about it. Oh, we're so top secret. No one does anything when we ask them for it. Or
Yeah.
Calm down, baby John Travolta.
Yeah, he's so bitchy at the
He's a
beginning
little
of this movie.
fucking baby. He's a little baby. I
He's
don't want
just,
to
like,
say baby
shooting
girl.
out
He's
his employees and stuff.
he just sucks.
Like when that one girl says something, one of his employees says something to him, and I can't remember what he says back, and she just has this look on her face, like, oh,
The
like
Asian-
sour. Yeah, isn't that comedian? I can't think of her name right now. But anyway,
You need a computer in front of you.
I do. Yeah. So anyway, he is after this man who assassinated his son by accident.
Well, hold on. He didn't assassinate his son.
He attempted to assassinate John Travolta.
While drinking
Yeah.
what I'm going to say is a milkshake with a
straw.
With the sweets.
with a sweet straw and amazing porn stash.
and we
Yeah.
know it's in the past because he has a mustache.
yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, so within the first couple minutes, you have a little like toddler shot in the head in this movie.
and
And so now
also-
he's hell bent on tracking this
Wait,
terrorist down.
also in that scene, you get introduced to like the running, I don't know, thing
Oh
to show
my God.
compassion.
The face
The
wipes.
fucking face wipe thing.
Oh my god,
This is the most fucked up thing.
I hate it.
it is the
I
worst.
hate the wipe.
It makes
You know
me
what?
cringe.
It's actually
every time.
Yeah, it's actually gross. Like it's
Like especially when he does it to his wife.
and his daughter.
And his
Any of
daughter?
them. Anyway, okay. The basic thing is he's after this guy. This guy, his brother is in jail. They've planted a bomb somewhere, and the only way to get the information out of the brother is to pretend to be the terrorist himself. And so they do a special surgery and put his face on.
Which I think is a pretty good concept.
Oh, we'll get there.
It's,
I don't know. I don't think.
And then it turns
Isn't it-
into a tete-a-tete.
And then he
two-
comes out of his coma. The terrorist comes out of his coma, and he puts on the other guy's face, and now they've reversed positions.
It's your standard face.
And killed the only 3 people that
Yeah.
know.
It's your standard face switching
face off,
movie.
face on, face off, face on. Dynamic.
Yeah.
Oh God.
It's good, but hey, this movie loses 0 points for dope ideas because that's fucking awesome. Even though I'm
It is,
watching
but
it and I'm like,
it's so
how
absurd.
do you fucking shave like I'm gonna say 60 pounds of like dad weight off of John Travolta
That's
to throw
that's,
onto
that's
Nicolas
just
Cage?
that's just one thing. What about his legs? What about his arms? What about his fingers? What about his fucking teeth?
That's
Well,
why.
they showed the fingers.
They showed him do the fingers. I
Yeah.
don't remember that.
yeah. Well, you weren't paying attention.
He had stubby fingers, and now he's got long, skinny ones. Like, what about
cares?
his teeth? He just has Nicolas Cage's
Whatever.
teeth now.
We watched
What
the-
about his dick? He fucks the guy's wife, and the guy's wife doesn't notice that it's a different penis.
Well, I don't know. Is she like examining? Would you notice a different vagina? I mean, like, how deep do
Yeah,
you
I
want to
think
get into
so.
this?
I think you'd probably notice the different dick.
Yeah.
Okay, so his dick is different, but maybe they did. But maybe like they did, like they deep dived on this guy.
She's just like, I'm gonna go with it because he's way better.
Well, no, but it's also been. We find out later, it's like in the diary. It's been a few months.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Oh, maybe she doesn't remember.
Yeah, so she's forgotten since the dead kid, which is how long ago?
I mean, who cares about all this stuff? Like, that doesn't matter. Like,
I mean, okay, it's just a lot to accept. I mean,
Well-
if they had said like this movie is set in the near future,
No.
then I think it would be
It
easier.
was set in the near future.
It was
1998.
It was not set in the near future. It was set in the present,
I don't know. This is groundbreaking technology. Okay.
which still doesn't exist.
I don't know.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so I remember when they. I remember the first time I saw them. Like when I watched the movie, like it came in. What was the year? 97.
97.
Yeah.
I was like, what? 14.
I fucking loved it when it came out.
I loved it when they put that. When they do that little laser thing and to put the ear back on, I was like, "Yep, I
mean,
get it.
that
I'm
is-
in."
that is
I
almost
am
like laser
fucking-
printing now.
I am in.
Yeah.
I'm into this movie. I buy it, hook, line, and sinker.
Well, I was already a John Woo guy when I saw this movie, and so I was like, "Fuck yeah, this is great."
You know what I was? An overacting guy. And this movie is rife with it, and I love
It's
it.
got plenty of that for you.
I don't know. John Woo, I don't know. I have a problem with this movie, and maybe it's just John Woo is the
I
problem.
think James hates John Woo.
What, you liked Hard Boiled?
He didn't like it
I
as much
like
as we did.
I like scenes.
He didn't much it as yeah. He didn't like it as much
I like
as he should have.
scenes in Hard Boiled. I find like John Woo is really good when it's like, okay, bring in the action director to film
Yeah.
this scene,
The action is always awesome.
but everything else
that hurts
sucks.
Yeah.
James likes John
It's
Woo as a
true.
concept.
Yeah,
No, I mean I
it's
can't.
like
I can't really
communism.
argue with that. I mean,
communism.
It works as for James. It works as a concept, but like
no, I mean that's how I felt. I mean, yeah, I've seen this movie a lot of times. The last time I watched it, I think I had more fun watching it than I did this time. This time, the set pieces are all pretty fun. Everything else is fucking cringe. Cringe.
This is where we disagree. So
it was painful.
So
Some of the parts I was squirming in my chair because I couldn't stand watching.
So
it.
James came over. James came over yesterday before I watched the movie, and I was like, "Hey, you're gonna stick around? I'm gonna watch this like later." And he's like, "Well, fuck. Hope you got lots of time on your hands." Because I forgot how long it was, and I'm like, "Oh, how long is it?" And he's like, 2 hours and 20 minutes. And I'm like, "Holy shit!" And then I watched the movie, and I'm like, "Meh,
Really?
yeah."
How?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's
like,
badly
it actually
paced
is-
for
it-
220,
it's actually-
but it's still.
I don't know.
It's still 220. It's
I don't
still,
know. Like,
Here's the
to
thing.
To me, I start to get lost when they switch faces.
What? That's
What the
that's the
fuck?
part where it
I know,
starts getting
but
bananas.
No, that's for sure.
Nicolas Cage is the best up
Yeah.
until that point, and then he has some small
Yeah.
scenes throughout the
'cause
movie
he's basically the good guy.
because
from
he's the
now
good
on.
guy. He's pathetic.
Yeah, what it should have been is that okay. So what it should have been two people playing Nicolas Cage. So like he should have been more Nicolas. He as Archer should have been more
Cagey,
Kaiser. Not Kaiser Soze.
Castor Troy.
Castor Troy.
Yeah.
But Travolta.
Well, he does try to do a lot of Castor
he
Troy
does.
stuff.
Well, trust me, I will talk about that. But Travolta as Castor Troy, I think he does a pretty admirable job.
I don't know. It's not believable
Yeah.
to me.
Oh, I like it. I love it.
I just watching this movie. I just thought, yeah, I don't really like John Travolta. That's
Yeah,
my thought in watching this movie.
I don't like him in that many things. There's a few, but
I wouldn't pick him out like, hey, yeah, he's really great in Face Off.
no. I mean, I don't think he's bad in this. I think he does.
Oh, I think he's good.
I think he does a decent job of trying to do the Troy stuff. It's just that nobody can be Nicolas Cage like Nicolas Cage, obviously.
I know, and the sad thing is he originally turned the role down because he didn't want to play
The
a
villain.
a villain.
Which I thought was weird. Why not? He's so good at
He's so good at
over
being the
top
villain.
Yeah.
But then
John Travolta?
No, Nicolas Cage. But then he realized for the majority of the movie he'd actually be the good guy.
What the fuck is his problem?
I don't know. It's
know.
probably something to do with his career choices.
This is probably
at that
back
time.
when he had fuck you
Because this is
money.
when he had a
Yeah.
few. He had a few like action leading man roles in a row at this point.
What was that? It was
The
like
Rock,
Trapped in
Con Air.
Paradise, The Rock, Con
No.
Air,
I'm talking about specifically his action.
Trapped in
movie stuff.
Paradise.
Yeah.
my favorite.
This is like 3 years removed from Trapped in Paradise.
Yeah.
You're gonna understand. The Trapped in Paradise is James and I's favorite Christmas movie.
Yeah, but we're talking about Face Off.
You know what?
I
would
would
rather talk
yeah.
about Trapped in
Yeah.
Paradise.
Okay, you guys talk about Trapped in Paradise. I'll just
We
sit
could
here.
talk about Trapped in Paradise for a solid hour, no problem, no breaks.
What the fuck were we even talking about?
Talking about how
John Travolta sucks?
John
He
Travolta,
doesn't
he was
suck.
good. I liked him.
I don't know.
He was compelling.
He has some good bits.
He's good.
He's compelling.
He's compelling as I like him
I
playing the
don't
bad
know.
guy. He's good. He's like,
and Nicolas Cage still does get some moments where he has to act like he's still Castor Troy.
Yeah, which are the best moments. Like I
yeah.
said, throughout the movie, there's like these little scattered little bits where, you know, he is Nicolas Cage, but
yeah.
I don't know.
It's a lot.
The other parts, not so much.
It's a lot more fun when he's being
Crazy.
He's being crazy, and he's not being a little whiny bitch FBI boy. He's like, oh, I have moral conflict about this. Shut the fuck up. You signed up for this. Fucking be a man. Fuck that girl. Do those drugs.
Well, he did the drugs.
Apprehensively. He should have been enthusiastic about it.
Seemed into it once he did them.
His smile should have been more like menacing.
Yeah.
But what I like the scene when he goes right to prison and he fucks up Bilko or whatever his name is.
Sabatka.
That's it.
So there's two people from The Wire in this movie, because Tito is Bunny Colvin, who creates Hamsterdam in The Wire.
Which one's Bunny in the movie?
Bunny is from The Wire.
Okay, and what does he play?
He's Tito in this.
Which one's Tito?
The black guy at the beginning who helps him go and set all this shit up of switching his face.
Yeah. Sorry.
And then you got Frank Sabatka as that Duboff or whatever. Who's
Yeah.
just like an animal.
He's like a Russian animal. Yeah, he's half animal, half convict.
Yeah.
He's like, I didn't fuck.
There's so many fucking people in this movie.
There's
Tom Jane is in the prison with him.
Yeah, Pounder. Was it
CCH Pounder.
Yeah, who I thought was the Carmen Sandiego woman, but he's not.
Oh, really?
Let's go, gumshoe.
John Carroll Lynch.
It's
is
time
the-
to go to Egypt. That's my Carmen Sandiego. No Carmen Sandiego fans. No.
Yeah.
I saw it a couple times.
Oh, like you were above PBS Carmen Sandiego.
Was it on PBS?
Yeah,
I don't think so. Anyway,
that's when I watched it.
John Carroll Lynch too is the head guard at the.
Oh yes,
Prison.
yes, yeah.
Is the Zodiac killer.
That's an interesting concept for that prison with the boots.
Want to know what's crazy is 2 days before, 2 days ago, before we're recording this, I met a guy and his job is he works for Corrections Canada and he designs security systems and everything like for prisons.
Oh yeah.
So he designs like where you put cameras, what you do, your fail safes, everything.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, hey, have you seen Face Off? And he's like, I don't really remember. I'm like, oh, they have this prison where they like have these boots and you're like magnetic to the floor. He's like, that sounds like a pretty cool idea.
New concept?
He's gonna use that.
Yeah.
So then he gets
20,
out of that
2020 Canada boot prison.
He breaks out and he finds out he's
prison.
like on an oil rig out in the middle of nowhere in the water.
Yeah.
And he
With a
he
fucking
jumps
helicopter.
off and the helicopter's there. Wait, how does he get back to shore?
Oh,
from there?
it
From
doesn't.
there?
It doesn't.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Shut the fuck up. Doesn't matter.
Just accept it.
It's gonna be okay.
I mean, that's the least of the problems.
He
with this
showed
fucking
the
bananas
next
piece of shit
the next
movie.
time you see him, he's in a fucking car in like L.A.
Yeah.
like driving the night streets, and then like he's like driving and he sees a cop car, so he obviously covers his face while driving past them. Like that's not the ultimate giveaway.
He turns
he
down a
turns.
different
He
street.
does, but he
He
also
turns, but he definitely...
Turns his
Yeah.
face away.
He definitely turns his face away.
way to keep cool, FBI.
Yeah.
This is the leader of like a super secret anti-terrorist like faction of the FBI. You can't really keep it together.
Well, he doesn't know. Like, he's kind of lost. His senses are all messed up.
Well, there's
because
a
he
whole
just
bit-
doesn't know.
I like the part where his partner
He keeps being confused about
Yeah.
who he really is.
Who am I?
Well, when he first sees himself in the mirror and he like kind of goes crazy,
Yeah.
and his partner like hugs him to calm him down. It's like a real,
like, "You're Sean.
it's a real sweet
You're
moment.
Sean Archer. You're Sean.
You know who didn't have a problem with that? Castor Troy. He's like he got a face transplant and then burnt people alive.
yeah.
And
That's
smoked
who-
a cigarette while he had his
Yeah.
no face.
Yeah, that's how you're up against.
I think they should have shown his face more.
I like that. I think that was a good.
Well, I think it probably didn't look all that good, the makeup,
Yeah.
and so that's why they only showed it in the
right.
reflection of
It's
the...
like noir films where like they couldn't show like really brutal scenes, so they showed like the shadows of it.
Well, apparently Nick Cage didn't want to see it. He was grossed out by it, so John Wood removed all reflective surfaces from the room while they were shooting the scenes.
Really?
With the makeup on his face.
I feel like why did this is unbelievable? Like, people are unbelievable. Like the things they demand.
Anyway, what else is there to talk about plot wise? I mean, there's all the stuff with Travolta with his family, like he's stolen the family at this point, basically, because they think that he's Sean Archer.
Yeah, he fucks.
He
Fucks
family
Archer's
stuff
wife.
is ugh. I don't know. Like every time there was something like so gross to me about him and his wife together. Like every time they would like kiss, and it would have for some reason the kissing noises were particularly like bothersome in this movie. They were like, do you know what I'm talking about? It was just like
no, I don't.
The whole thing was like, there's nothing sexy about this at all. This is a gross.
I don't think it was supposed to be though, because it's literally rape.
Well, yeah, but she thinks that it's her husband, and he isn't. Like he's, I don't know. The whole thing was like, I don't know. And they also made her like super dowdy housewife in this.
Yeah,
Joan Allen.
She looks like an old grandma.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was like,
it's just-
woo, Joan Allen, way to break out the real sex appeal.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, they didn't have to have her like this with her hair like that and all that stuff. I don't know.
I just they obviously made a choice.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is why I think it's ridiculous.
That's
Then
why.
you got all the
But
weird
that's why I like
him
it.
perving on the daughter.
I know, but it's not.
Okay, him perving on the daughter is gross.
That is gross.
That is fucking gross.
Because she's supposed to be what, like 16 or 17?
Yeah, but he also that character in a different body also like
he is an evil person.
Yeah, he also grabs the ass of what's supposed to be like a teenager in the choir at the
in
beginning.
the choir. Yeah. So he's like he
Yeah.
has like a Joker level of like supervillain ridiculousness going on.
Yeah, which actually there is one thing where he shoots when he shoots John Travolta Archer and kills the kid. There is this glimmer of like
Yeah, it shows him like,
remorse on his face.
no, I accidentally killed the kid.
Well, and he says later, like, that was an accident.
He does say it was an accident, but he doesn't have any. Later, he doesn't show any remorse about it.
No.
He's just like
He was I
he's
said
like, you're not having any fun.
Well, he was-
like,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm saying like,
still
Nick,
haven't gotten over your kid.
yeah, he was conflicted about
over it.
he was conflicted about shooting John Travolta's kid while he was willing to blow up literally a bunch of kids.
Yeah, with the bomb. My favorite part of this movie is his buddy, the guy that like sells him the bomb stuff, Dietrich or whatever.
Yeah, he's great. You know who that
He's
is?
Nick Cassavetes.
Yeah. How you think John Cassavetes like?
That's what he.
I'm proud of you, son. One of the greatest filmmakers of like.
But he's got
all
the best.
time.
He's got the best lines in this.
I
Like
know,
when he's
but-
like, "Hey, how's your dead son?" And he like laughs at him in the interrogation room. And then later when
He's like, "Well, you don't think you just fucked your mother?"
He just fucked your mother. That's probably the best line.
He's great.
Oh, like the larger bald guy, the brother of
Yeah,
the.
yeah.
So there's a director, John Cassavetes, who's like a woman under the influences. I think is that his most famous.
That's probably his most famous. Yeah.
So he's an amazing independent, I'd say, director. Best friends with what's his name from Columbo.
Oh, Peter Falk.
Yeah, they were like best friends. He actually has an amazing role as a murderer in a Columbo episode.
Oh.
Stay tuned for my After Hours podcast, Columbo Cast.
Columbo
big,
Cast.
big fan. But it's just so funny that his son is a giant meathead.
Well, no, he's also a filmmaker
He's a
and
filmmaker.
writer.
Yeah. He directed The Notebook.
Yeah, and Alpha Dog. And
Yeah.
stuff
Really?
Like that. Wrote them.
Wow. Yeah.
He wrote them as well. Yeah. And in this movie, he's got a line that's Looked like he just fucked your mother.
Yeah.
Also has a weird incestual thing going on with his sister.
Yeah, he's straight like French's
They like
sister.
make out. Yeah.
That's definitely
Gina
weird.
Gershon.
Gina Gershon.
You don't see her anymore. She's great.
Yeah, well, she was 1990s Eva Mendes.
Oh, and then you got that really. Oh man, it's so John Woo to put the headphones on the kid.
Oh,
and
yes.
he listens to the what is it? What is he listening to?
It's when
you wish upon a star or something. Or
No,
Over the
Over the
Rainbow.
Rainbow.
Over the rainbow.
Yeah.
While the shootout is going on.
Yeah, so
The
apparently
shootout itself is pretty cool, but oh man.
So
The scene, that takes you
the
out of it.
studio didn't want to pay for that song.
Yeah, he paid.
So
for it.
he paid for it out of his pocket, and then the studio reimbursed him later because
Yeah.
the movie was a hit.
I read that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But that is so John Woo because he has a scene in Hard Boiled like that kind of too, where
Is it with the baby?
little baby,
Yeah, with the baby.
and he sings like a little song to the baby while the shootout's going on.
You guys are just making you're making me regret my ratings. I think I need to pump this rating up for me.
God.
Okay, let's say this. I want to move on from the plot and I want to talk about pacing and everything, but I want to say this. It's fucking fun. It's fun. It's ridiculous.
It's fun to watch as a bad movie.
It is so. Don't think of it as a bad movie. It's fun. There's literally people are gonna swap faces and then fight each other.
I think if you're not watching it by yourself, if you're like watching it with a couple friends,
Maybe
it's
with a
more
couple
fun.
friends it would be fun.
I watched it with people, but they weren't watching it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not a fun movie to watch. It was somewhat enjoyable, but it's not like, hey, let's watch a Steven Seagal movie or something. Like, that's a fun movie because it's so bad.
Okay, no,
I don't
can
know.
I ask a
think that's
question
on
about
this,
that?
I think this is on.
cheesy.
I think this is on that level.
Yeah,
I think
I
it's
don't
worth
know.
watching for Nicolas Cage's bananas performance and the action. Like the set pieces are mostly pretty cool. But
Yeah, but I would rather watch another Nicolas Cage movie than this movie.
Well, let me interject
Like, if
here.
you're going to pick.
Let me
there's some
interject.
pretty great Cage in this. Sorry.
Yes, John?
What if you thought about it instead of thinking it as a big budget John Woo, Nicolas Cage, John Travolta movie, and you thought of it as a Nicolas Cage movie? Do you think you would have enjoyed it more? If you had gone
Maybe. I think the whole John Woo thing threw me off because maybe I have something against John Woo because
But you like Hard Target.
I do like Hard Target. Yeah,
John Woo.
I know. But
tell your girlfriend to point her titties north and step on the gas. That's all I can think of when I hear. Isn't that the line?
That is the line from Hard Target.
but that movie is like ridiculous.
Yeah, so is this.
one. It's
Dude,
super
it-
ridiculous.
I
I
wanna
think
take
this
his-
one is trying
wanna
to
take
be
his
more
face.
serious, though.
It is. And it's not good. Like it's really bad.
Like, so not only is this movie trying to be more serious, but then you have John Travolta, who is not like Hard Target. You couldn't have somebody like John Travolta in Hard Target.
Well, he also is in Broken Arrow, which is another John Woo.
We're
Yeah,
talking
which
about.
is-
I want to talk about that.
From my memory, is not a very good movie.
I liked it as much as I liked this movie when they came out.
Christian Slater bomb.
I mean, it was. It came out like this is after Travolta had done Pulp Fiction, which revitalized his career, and then he did a bunch of movies.
It looks like he gained a bunch of weight.
Oh yeah, he definitely gained weight by the time this came out.
I think he's also 10 years older than Nicolas Cage in this movie.
Yeah, I don't know.
I am.
Oh yeah, if I had to guess.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I looked it up.
Yeah.
So so he just like, he's in his mid 40s. So
Yeah.
like he looks like a dad.
He is a dad.
I know, but it's just to add to the ridiculousness of them switching bodies.
Yeah,
I get it. Like the concept is really cool.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Is it crazy that I buy them making somebody slimmer, but find it really hard that they made somebody fatter?
they put the
Like that's more difficult for me to understand. I think it's because of the laser scene where they like laser things off.
Yeah. How do you laser it?
You reverse
don't.
laser.
You jam it in under the skin.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's talk about pacing. How the 2 hours and 20 minutes treat you?
It was long. I don't know. Like I thought it did flow not too bad. Like it's not as bad as some of the movies we've seen, but I don't know. It's still 2 hours, 20 minutes
Of your life.
of my life gone.
I think that Dustin would say of your life that you're never going to get back.
Yeah.
It's not I don't think it's a terrible pace for a 2 hour and 20 minute movie, but it is, it is, you still feel like, oh, this is fucking long. Like, cause it is, there's just no getting around how long it is.
I don't even how would you even cut anything out of like, what would you cut out of that to make it shorter?
I don't know.
Or to hurry the pace along.
It's, that's,
for
some
sure.
of the FBI stuff with his boss maybe and all that shit. Just cut all that stuff out with
all that,
Lazaro.
All the fucking shit with the wife and the fucking kids.
No, I don't think they would cut that though, because they want that. That's the tension, is that he's in the guy's house with his family.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think they would cut that out. But
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
They could probably trim it a bit.
I'm saying we could take a knife to this thing.
Yeah. So here's a question that I think why I'm getting so hung up on this is, like, the hero who's supposed to be John Travolta, the FBI agent,
as Nicolas Cage.
but then as Nicolas Cage. Do I really feel for this guy? Like, think that?
Not really.
No.
Because he fucking sucks.
Well, because right off the bat, he just seems like a whiny, annoying
Yeah.
guy.
So I just can't get into.
Yeah.
Like,
that's a good point.
that's my problem.
You're supposed to sympathize with him because his son has been killed, but like, he just is flat. Like,
Yeah,
he's just
now-
like,
I think we're talking about plot again.
I know, but I can't get away from it. And
Hey, I've no plot. Let's just skip pacing.
So-
pacing, it's fine. Talk about whatever you want to talk about.
So the villain, on the other hand, the villain is almost way overshadows
yeah.
the hero in this. So the villain is great, but then the whole face switching changes from a great villain in Nicolas Cage to now John Travolta. That's where I get the
What
love.
if this? What if you had have seen? What if Nicolas Cage had played both roles?
I think it would have been awesome.
So here's what you see.
that would be
you
epic.
only see John Travolta's character when Nicolas Cage as Archer looks at a mirror, or you look through somebody else's eyes. So Dustin, sum up exactly what I'm talking about here. I think you understand what I'm saying. Travolta as a reflection, Cage as everything. Go.
As everything.
So you would see Cage playing both parts, but then when they wanted you to realize that it was like everyone else was seeing him as Travolta, you could see through their eyes he still looks like John Travolta. But for us watching the movie, he's mostly Nicolas Cage because Nicolas Cage is just way more.
Can you imagine that film? Because I can,
yeah.
and it's an Oscar winner.
It's an Oscar winner.
I could imagine that. They should just be brothers.
Most
and
batshit
it should follow that.
performance goes to.
It should follow that kind of trope,
They're
right?
brothers.
The good and the bad brother.
We
That's what it
already
should be.
have a brother, which we haven't even talked about. Pollux, who has a weird thing with his pinky.
Oh, I didn't even.
Oh, you didn't notice that? He's always like he at one point he actually waves when Nicholas. Well, okay.
Is he supposed to be on the spectrum or something?
Yes.
Pollux?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what you would say. And yeah.
No, I mean they wouldn't have used that kind of terminology probably when this came out, but
I don't think they even really talked about that kind of stuff back then.
yeah.
He was a quiet boy. That's what they would say.
He's like the brainy nerd, no social skills, can't even remember to tie his own shoes.
He talks. I couldn't help it. I was like, I would repeat every line he said because he talks in this really weird.
Yeah. Put on kind of.
Yeah, this affectation of special needs meets brainy and arrogant.
Yeah.
It's a weird calling them Castor and Pollux Troy too is which are people mentioned in the Bible. I can't remember what the context is, but they're in the Bible somewhere as
I'm sure they're
weird, some kind of gods or something. I don't know.
I'll look it up. Keep talking. I like the scene though. Pollux. We haven't really talked about him, but I like Pollux for some reason. He's like this
He's
stupid, deformed baby deer who just needs some help.
He's kind of a fun character. The guy does a good job playing a weird.
Who is he?
Alessandro Nivola. He's not in a lot of stuff actually. Although I did see him in something recently. I can't think of what, but
yeah, I think he does a pretty good job.
He does a good job for sure. Yeah. Especially like he's not really a well-known even as a character actor, but I can't remember. He based this performance on some documentary. Oh, he was watching a documentary about the cartoonist Harry Crumb.
Yeah.
I guess he was watching a documentary about him, and Harry Crumb's brother was in it or something, and that's who he based this Pollux performance.
No, they're so Castor and Pollux on Wikipedia here. In Greek and Roman mythology, Castor and Pollux, or whatever, were twin brothers, together known as the Dioscuri. Their mother was Leda, but they had different fathers. Castor was the mortal son of Tyndareus, the king of Sparta, while Pollux was the divine son of Zeus, who seduced Leda. Well, anyway, so there's some Greek shit. That's
interesting.
Yeah.
Cool.
You're the one who brought up.
No,
it was
I-
interesting
I-
that they
I did.
that they
Well, I
said
just
that,
think it's
and
a
then
weird-
I reaffirmed their lineage throughout history, and then all of a sudden I was chastised.
I think it's a weird
Let the record reflect.
John Wooism where he likes to put in weird religious allegory stuff.
And like
you write
deep
it?
meaning.
No, but I'm sure he changed a lot of shit. And yeah, like even at the end when he shoots Castor with the harpoon,
Yeah.
that's supposed to be like Jesus getting the spear, and he even like puts his arms out like this on the thing.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
why is he a Jesus figure? He's the evil guy, and then he has like then they have to shoot out in the church.
Don't you remember when Jesus
With the
seduced his
doves and
enemy's wife? His enemy's wife.
He just likes to throw that kind of symbolism in there, even if it doesn't make any fucking sense.
It sounds like somebody who's like heard of things and is just like, I've heard of this.
Well,
This
he
is
often
important.
has some Christian stuff in his, and they always with the doves and
Really?
everything. Yeah, John Woo.
Why Christian stuff?
I don't know. Maybe he's Christian.
Oh yeah, all the doves at the end and the.
There's always doves in every one of his movies at some point. So yeah, when they go in, then they have the shootout in the church.
Yeah.
The doves fly.
The movie actually starts and pretty much ends in a church.
Yeah. Well, he also one of his earlier movies with Chow Yun Fat,
church, I
The
guess.
Killer, has a shootout at the end in a church as well.
Yeah, that's a great movie. But I mean, it doesn't start in a church. I suppose it starts in the LA Convention Center with a
Some sort of church thing going on.
choir.
Which is probably one of the best parts of the whole movie when he comes out and has the head banging.
Yeah.
And then he does like a
And a
strut.
weird dance. And he walks over.
I do like the scene where John Travolta's character catches up to Castor Troy, and then he's out of bullets, and then he's like, "No, don't shoot me, like please, no."
Oh
And
yeah,
he's,
that's
like,
great.
begging.
Well, because
Mr.
it's like
Policeman.
Yeah, Mr.
thing is that's great because of how like before that happens, he's like talking about what's going to happen, and then he shoots. He's going to shoot Travolta.
Yeah.
In the head, and then that's how he realizes he's out of bullets.
Yeah.
But he's like he just flips, and then he becomes this like
But it's kind of like what you were saying, like he's like almost like a Joker, kind of like.
Yeah. He's totally
Bad
feels
guy,
like
right?
he's a
Joker.
great bad guy.
And even
Yeah.
some of the grinning he does in this.
Yeah, totally.
Like when Travolta has changed bodies with him, and he's like looking at himself in that mirror,
Yeah.
and Gina Gershon's behind him,
Yeah.
and he like turns around, that huge like maniacal grin on his face. He's like got a rictus grin.
He's great.
Yeah,
This might be one of his best movies.
and also when he's in the prison and he's getting beat up at
Oh,
first.
yeah, and he looks
and
up
he
at-
looks at his brother,
Yeah.
and gives him like the
the
crazy
crazy
smile.
grin.
I wish you guys could see Dustin. He's like
Oh,
he's like gyrating his head like violently.
And there's so much just great little Cage bits at the end too when he finally harpoons him and he's like, die.
So should we talk about action or?
Yeah, let's talk about the action scenes.
I was gonna get there. I was gonna let you guys just work yourselves out.
Okay. Worked
I don't
out.
know. I guess I don't know if it's just me and I just really have a thing for the way that Wu does action, but I always find his action scenes pretty entertaining. And this movie's no exception. Like the opening plane hangar stuff, like, although it's always funny how he has like the weird fireworks going off when there's explosions. Where are these fireworks coming from? Like when the plane crashes in the hangar, there's like, it's like, you like hear the, and then later on, there's another, that happens again with the boat when they're during the boat chase.
Which the boat chase is pretty cool.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah. I like the way that he ramps through the police boat.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So I actually think that a lot of the action scenes feel a little restrained.
Do you think so?
Yeah, they just don't feel quite as impactful as not reckless, because John Woo's scenes they never feel reckless. They always feel very orchestrated, more like a ballet than chaos. But I feel like it's pulled back a bit.
I don't really get that. I mean, it's not as all out as something like Hard Boiled, because that's like tons of people getting killed constantly. But I mean, when you have a shootout scene like the one in the loft or whatever, it's pretty John Woo with like people sliding around and diving and flipping and rolling over shit. And,
I think I just feel it's a little John Woo light. Like it's just not quite. Like
I mean, he's trying to do more story in this movie,
which he shouldn't.
Which he should not.
Well, and this is the same problem we had when we did Hard Boiled, though. Like he
cut all the story out. Well,
no, he wanted more story.
He wanted more story.
More. And but the story parts are the parts that drag that movie down, right?
Pretty much, John Woo needs a co-director.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, even in something like Hard Boiled, it's almost more enjoyable to just hang out with tequila than it is with John Travolta. Like,
Travolta sucks in this movie.
What you changed your tune?
Like I said, he sucks.
You said he was good earlier.
Yeah, you said he was good, and
no. Sorry, I apologize. I meant
he's horrible.
Castor Troy is good. Travolta as Castor Troy. Travolta's character, Archer. Archer sucks.
Oh well, yeah, Archer.
Archer's
sucks.
the worst part of the movie.
He's just a bummer.
When Archer is in Travolta, he sucks, and when Archer is in Nicolas Cage, he sucks.
Yeah, the hero sucks.
Yeah,
he sucks.
And that's what I'm sorry. That's what I meant.
Okay, I get you.
Archer is lame. I think they shouldn't have made
it with John Travolta in it. I know.
I don't even know if I would blame
so
Travolta. I mean, the character is written to be lame. Like,
yeah,
because it's Nicolas Cage playing Archer as a fucking loser.
Yeah.
And when we went on our first date and you broke your tooth.
Yeah.
And you still kiss me.
So what? So what's your favorite action sequence, James?
I would say the boat chase is pretty sweet.
Yeah, the boat chase is pretty
good,
pretty cool.
Yeah,
and then like they get launched off of it. And onto the beach and stuff.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good. And like you said, like when he drives through the police,
and he water skis on his feet.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Did you guys notice how bad the stunt doubles are in this fucking movie?
No,
I did not.
Holy shit. Okay, maybe I was watching it in like, I don't know, I watched like a 1080 copy of it. Every time.
So did I.
Okay, well, every time there was a fucking any kind of stunt, I don't know why, but I particularly noticed that the people looked nothing. Yeah, in Margaret show, the people looked fucking nothing like Travolta or Nicolas Cage. Like you watch the guy water skiing, the guy has completely different hair. It's like not. And when they're flying through the air,
like not even
when
trying.
they're flying through the air, I can see the Travolta guy that's supposed to be Travolta's face. It's so fucking obvious that it's not him. Every time it was like you might as well throw like an afro wig on the stunt doubles and have them be totally different people. They're like they don't even resemble them remotely.
I never noticed that.
Could have fooled me because I didn't notice.
Wow. I noticed for some reason in every single action sequence in the movie. I was like, oh, they jumped off something? Not him. Like just not even close to being.
I think I was too caught up in the stakes.
Oh yeah.
It was just the stakes were so high I couldn't even concentrate.
Yeah.
That story was just so amazing.
This is an action sequence. This is a scene though. We didn't talk about this during the plot, which I wish I brought up. How fucked up is it that they adopted
the kid at the end?
The kid at the end?
It's so
That's
fucking
pretty
stupid.
messed up.
And then replace their dead son?
He just brings them home, replaces him with Travolta's son, or Castor Troy's son, because his son is dead.
That's
He just
fucked
brings
up.
him home. The daughter's like, "Hi, I'm Jamie." Does a face wipe. I wanted to punch out the fucking screen. I was like, "This is so fucking.
Yeah.
I can't even watch this." And then the wife's like, "Yeah, okay, yeah." Okay, yeah, we'll just have a new son. Okay.
Yeah, welcome to the home where we make sex criminals. Like, it's just like, let's just face touch somebody. Like, these people are all growing up. They're like ministers' kids. Like, they're all going to be fucked. Like, everybody in that household is like damaged.
Which they don't. She's like, "Yeah, okay. Oh, Dad, sorry, I shot you." That part when she's like apologizes for shooting him.
Yeah.
When he comes home.
Yeah, not like, hey, fucko. Thanks for letting a complete fucking psychopath into the house, who, by the way, looked like he was trying to fuck me. Thanks a lot for that, Dad.
Hey, that was cool.
Yeah,
But he was a good dad in that he gave her that knife to protect herself from being
that
raped.
wasn't her actual dad.
I know. I'm saying that guy. He was a good dad in that moment.
What you could say
Castor
then
Troy,
is that
when he gave her that
fucking
switchblade
Castor
or
Troy
whatever.
was a better father to Jamie than Archer ever was.
Well, that's how they kind of make it seem. Because Archer was only ever shown as being a total shit father who was never around for his wife or his daughter.
Well, he was too busy mourning his dead kid.
I think he was a better dad.
Yeah, I mean,
shit. Do we have to give Father of the Year? It's the end of the year, guys. All right, time for our annual awards. Father of the Year of our movies goes to... Oh, wait, hold on. Castor Troy as Archer for the knife scene.
it's just like such a, let's wrap everything up in a neat little bow. Now they have a new son to replace their dead son.
This feels...
Isn't that nice?
Now,
and also that son, because he doesn't have his parents anymore, isn't that nice? He has a family to
This
live
feels-
with.
It's so fucking messed up.
this feels very John Woo to me. Like, John Woo likes everything like wrapped up in a bow.
I guess. Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, my favorite action scene is... I love the scene where he's... I don't know what he's... Archer as Pollux.
Wait, what?
What?
Archer
As Troy.
As-
Castor.
Castor Troy
Yeah.
is all fucked up on drugs.
I'm Castor Troy.
And then... oh, no, that's the prison scene.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then
he's like, I want his face.
they have the shootout in the loft.
Yeah.
I think that my favorite.
And then there's like the mirror, the stuff with the mirror. The
Yeah.
room full of mirrors.
Oh,
Yeah.
another mirror.
How about
There's
we just...
so many Mexican standoffs in this movie too, which is super John Woo. Like they got the one at the end in the church with like, it's like a 5-way different stand up. No, you put your guns down. No, you put your guns. Hey, no, you put your guns down. And then also the mirror scene, there's a Mexican standoff with that. And then at the beginning they have one in that air hanger thing, like you were talking about. He has no gun.
I mean, but this has got every quote and trope there is. Like, it's got every flip, every bad guy trope. I mean, like, this movie's filthy with them.
Yeah.
I don't think it's Mad Max necessarily.
Are we talking quotes and tropes?
I don't, no, I'm sorry.
No, that's
I'm
cool.
jumping around here.
Yeah, let's talk quotes and tropes.
There's a lot of great quotes, mostly from Nicolas Cage,
Oh, so many good ones.
and just also so many like weird, fucking gross ones. Would you be grateful if I let you suck my tongue?
Yeah. And then she's a fucking FBI agent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and she does it because she's undercover.
And then he fucking shoots her in the back of the head.
Yeah,
I love how evil.
he's so
is.
he's such a
He's so
super
evil.
villain. What's his like case that his little case that has his golden guns.
It's got golden
and his
guns,
drugs.
chiclets,
A golden clip.
5 joints,
Yeah, it's like a dragon
Clip.
money clip, and then he's got
5 joints,
a bunch of joints and some pills
Quaaludes or
Yeah.
something.
Gotta have the Castor Troy
I'm not
on the go.
I'm sorry, I'm not a drug aficionado, but are there a lot of like illicit drugs that are capsules that you break apart and put in water?
Well, I mean, it could be any number of things that you could do that if you wanted to.
Is it commonly done though?
Well,
What is it?
I'm
What drug is he on?
I don't know. It's not really clear.
They also reference like drugs that I've never heard of.
Could just be MDMA or something.
That I looked up, like Quinticell or something like that.
What does he say? Quantrell? Something like that. He's like, it's like a bad tab of Quantrax.
It's
which
like,
I assume is acid.
Futuristic fucking drug shit.
I thought it was just supposed to be acid that he was talking about, but yeah, I don't know. But anyway, what else you got for quotes? Anyone got a favorite line?
Oh man, I'm looking at them.
I don't know. Like there's the, I want his face off.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I want to take his face.
So whenever I think of Face Off, that's the quote.
Yeah.
Can you? Yeah. I mean, Dietrich has got a lot of great lines, like
the mother ones,
and he delivers everything so
favorite.
well. But even like the "No more drugs for that man" line, like are just so great. He does a great job. He does a great job with everything he has. He has like nothing really to do in the movie other than
Not much.
do dope lines and like be a fucking badass.
And make out with his sister.
He really lays it on her. And that is weird.
I think I read something that John Woo really wanted to emphasize that for some reason.
Really?
I don't know why, but
well, they're supposed to be weird criminal fuckos. I don't know.
I think all the best lines are Nicolas Cage lines.
Yeah. I mean, I guess Travolta probably has a few good ones that are when he's supposed to be Castor Troy.
You're not a big fan of Daddy's Got a Brand New Bag? Here's a Sean Archer quote. When we put this thing away, you can brand the Fourth Amendment on my butt.
Yeah.
Can I tell you
why don't you run the goddamn bureau any way you like?
Yeah, the one
I'm
quote,
a whiny bitch.
Yeah.
The one quote that really stuck out, like when I was thinking about the movie before I watched it, other than like my favorite one, which is I want to take his face off with the hand gesture on his face, was the Margaret Cho quote where she says something along the lines of like, "What happened to you, boss? When did you have an operation, a surgical procedure?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "What?"
He's like, "What?"
To remove the
stick from
your butt. Yeah.
Yeah, from your butt, I think
like,
she says.
It's the most...
It's like,
yeah. It's the most like pushed in shitty fucking line.
It's supposed to... I guess that's supposed to be what? An intense like, oh no, she totally caught me?
Well, because he like gives a little bit like, what do you mean,
what
subordinate?
Procedure? Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty terrible. Oh, I mean that one and the one with the daughter at the end where she's like, "Sorry, I shot you, Dad."
How?
And I like how her like the way that they did that scene. Her demeanor has like changed so much because she's like kind of a punky like
so now she's
whatever
all cleaned
rebel
up.
Girl. Yeah, she's all cleaned up at the end because now she's good. And then she's like, "Sorry, I shot you, Daddy."
Yeah.
Like,
if you dress like Halloween, ghouls will try and get in your pants.
You know what's
it's a victim blamer.
I'm gonna go back to just scenes. You know what's a fucked up scene? The entire intercut parts where Castor Troy wakes up and gets John Travolta Archer's face.
Yeah.
When he burns those people alive, that scene is fucked up.
Yeah, there's lots of weird fucked
Yeah.
up shit in this. Like when he shoots that woman in the head, that feels like, off the plane
Yeah.
you were talking about. Like that seems pretty violent. I mean, it's not really like shown in a really bloody way or anything. It just seems like
that
it
plays
seems violent because the movie is so cartoony in so many ways.
It plays into his Joker bad guy. Like, oh, is this one of yours? And then like shoots her.
There's also something like super anime about that beginning when he like comes on the tarmac and his coat is like flowing and he's got the two golden guns. He seems like an anime character too at the same time, like something weird and over the top.
Yeah, the same feeling isn't when bad Archer, I don't know, I keep fucking around with how I'm gonna say this, shoots the like young FBI Opie. Who's like, why are you crying, sir? It's just Pollux. And
he's like, the one who had his ear blown off in the first scene. And
is that the same guy?
Yeah. Did you recognize him?
No.
He's from Silicon Valley. He's the guy like who's the big tech weirdo guy in the first couple seasons. And he actually died in real life.
Yeah, that guy's great.
Yeah, that's him.
Well, sucks.
Yeah, and then he just shoots him in the head.
I don't know. I can't think of any more other than like I'm Castor Troy.
There's a lot of good
That
ones.
one's a good one.
So here's what, James, I want you right now. All right, and throw to my favorite quote.
You goddamn right. Yeah. This shit's so good, it's gonna make your dick hard. What? Cheryl. Cheryl's a liar.
Dietrich. So you're still selling Hobson and drugs to Cheryl and Phil Roy?
Castor fucking Troy! Oh, man, you scared me, man. All right. All right. You know, I never should have sold you those bombs. It's my curse. I can't say no to a friend.
You can't say no to money.
Yeah, that's my other curse.
You drug dealer?
What's the matter?
What?
You look like you just fucked your mother. Come on, let's go relax, huh? Come on.
That's my favorite quote. Awesome. All right, let's move on. Boom, boom, boom. We did plot. We got kills. We got pacing.
What's your favorite quote?
Oh, it'll be in post. We're gonna fix it in
No,
post.
I get you're gonna put it in post, but never mind. Okay.
You don't want to talk about it?
I don't want to talk about it. I just want the audience to just like hear
Cool.
it. All right, so I think that now would be a good time to let's just break down our scores, what we gave the movie, and then I want to get into some of the alternate casting, box office, and the rest of the stuff.
Okay.
So, all right. So overall plot. What do you guys, James? Let's start with you for all of this. We'll start with you, and we'll go to me.
Okay. So plot, I gave it a 5.
Does
I gave it a 3. The plot is fucking stupid in this movie.
Okay.
I gave it a 7.
What?
Yeah.
A 7.
Yeah.
How?
What do you mean how?
I mean, how? How can you give it a 7?
It's fucking awesome, dude.
Okay, what's
guys,
so okay?
Guys,
other than the
okay.
face swap,
Yeah.
what the fuck is
the
awesome
concept
about it?
is awesome.
The concept is
actual
awesome. The plot,
is
it's
not.
like they swap faces. There's a terrorist. I
There's
love
a
it.
bomb that disappears, and
No,
there's
the bomb.
not the,
No. The bomb doesn't disappear. The bomb is actually integral to the plot.
Yes and no.
It is. The bomb is what makes Archer a hero. He's a nobody before that, and nobody respects him. All of a sudden, he disarms that bomb, and he's a hero.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that get him?
Yeah, whoopie
I mean, they give him like,
What does that get him? It gets him everything. It gets him.
Did you have a procedure?
So at the beginning of the movie, nobody will listen to him.
he tells
actually,
the president he's gonna write his own check or whatever.
yeah. At the beginning, he's upset because nobody will like listen to their division because they're so secret, right?
Know that.
Next,
What is that worth?
he's on the fucking cover of Time magazine.
Yeah, but then it never really shows anything that
Yeah, and
that
then it's
comes
like,
of that.
okay,
This is why it's not
that story's over.
This is why it's not a
Now
10.
it's a new story.
This is why it's not a 10, but it's a 7.
Okay.
So you're upset because
Yeah.
of the bomb?
No, because
The bomb isn't integral. The bomb is what gets him credibility, which allows him to do whatever he wants.
in the description of the movie, they're talking about the bomb, and then like he switches faces for the bomb, and then it turns into like I don't know what time that he diffuses the bomb.
It's within 2 weeks.
Okay, I'm
So
talking about the movie.
In the movie.
I'm talking about like
it's
time
it's
in the
much
movie.
shorter than that because he gets put in the jail when he goes into the jail. They're like, you have 4 days.
Yeah, because it took 5 days. I think they make a reference to how many days it takes for like everything to heal, which is like 5 days. So then I'm guessing there's transportation to the prison.
Yeah, it feels like 30 minutes into the movie, the bomb is like a non-issue
Yeah,
anymore.
I think it's like in the 50-minute range.
Oh, really? Well,
Yeah.
I guess it's 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Well, the
so-
bomb never feels like once the whole part about like he's not going to be able to get the information from the prison to whatever, then the bomb is like just kind of like, and now it's like not the main thing we're
But it's
worried
not,
about.
no, because it's actually gone. Like, you guys. Like,
No, before that, before he diffuses it, it
He
still
def-
feels like, oh yeah, the bomb.
No, because he diffuses it. So as soon as he gets into the prison, he pretty much gets found out right away by Pollux, and
Well, he's not found out by him.
Pollux-
He comes there,
Pollux-
Archer.
it's true. But
and
Pollux,
then he meets with Pollux, and
Pollux already suspected it.
yeah, which doesn't make any sense.
Which is, I know, I'm not saying it is.
Great plot.
Regardless of that, the bomb is inconsequential because he literally diffuses the bomb, which is what makes him.
Let's cut all this bomb talk.
We're not cutting the bomb talk. The bomb talk's staying in the podcast. Anyway, kills. Action kills.
5.
7.
6. So there you go.
So, yeah.
We're all over the place. Huh?
Yeah, the action is like one of the only good things in this movie.
Yeah, it's good. I like it. It's enjoyable.
Yeah, it's enjoyable.
It's not the best, not the worst. Above average.
It's middle range 5.
It's
All
above
right.
average to the action in this. The way
Pacing.
it's shot.
6.
I think I also gave it 6. Yeah.
Interesting. I gave it a 6. Now this is a 2 hour and this is a 2 hour and 20-minute movie, and we've brought up how long this movie is multiple times.
Yes,
but you know what? I don't think it actually feels this long. If anything, I think that this deserves to have a higher rating based on like the length of the movie.
I don't know about that.
I think it's decently paced for something that is this long. I still think it's long.
Okay, so how long was Mad Max?
Shit, I don't know.
It's like 2 hours.
It's like 2 hours.
But it never feels like it.
Yeah, exactly. It never feels like it.
Yeah, but I also gave that a 10. So
yeah, I understand. But see, to me, a movie.
I think 6 is a fair rating for that.
A movie can be long, but if it never feels like it's long, and it flows, then yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm saying for a 2 hour and 20-minute movie. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, and next up, quotes and tropes.
6.
I think I give it a 7 because there's a lot of memorable lines and they use a shitload of.
There's not that many memorable lines.
Oh, there is so many memorable lines.
There's some good ones for sure, but
there's lines I think about all the. I still think about them. Like, I mean, before I watch this again.
Yeah, I want his face off.
I want his face off. It's a great one.
I'm Castor Troy.
I'm Castor Troy.
And
No, the best is the Nick Cassavetes one.
Yeah.
We've been over it several times.
Yeah. You look like you just fucked your mother.
I mean, I kind of want to say that to people now. If
Yeah.
they look like they're all sad and
How's your dead kid? That's a brutal line.
that is a brutal line.
All right. And then our final reaction?
5.
6.
4.
So we come up with a drum roll 5.7.
Which puts it...
It puts it squarely between Bloodsport and The Last Boy Scout. Which I have
Below
to,
The Last Boy Scout, above Bloodsport.
yeah, I have to look at the actual website to figure out where that lies. I'm guessing it lies around 9.
Yeah. Oh, James will figure it out right now.
But while James is figuring that out, Dustin, why don't you talk about some alternate casting?
Oh yeah, so different pairs that almost it had the 2 roles instead of Cage and Travolta.
Hull and Oates. That would have been a good one.
Schwarzenegger and Stallone.
Boo.
Michael Douglas was going to maybe be in this at one point.
I can see that.
I think it's 13.
Oh, 13. Wow. This list is getting big.
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, now you guys... I had them in my brain before, but now I can't think of...
Yeah, it's our fault.
Who the fuck... Yeah,
It's not your fault.
My
Absolutely.
brain.
It's not my dead brain cells. Fuck. Who the fuck else is supposed to be in this?
Michael Chiklis and Gloria Estefan.
That would have sold it. Oh, wait. I think Bruce Willis and somebody, too. Oh, Seagal and Van Damme.
That would have been awesome.
Now that would have been a movie.
Now that definitely would have been a movie.
No,
now
it
that
wouldn't.
I could watch that movie all day long.
You could watch that movie for days.
Yeah.
It's like Nicolas Cage eating a peach. No, I don't think you could.
Oh, I mean,
I
I,
think-
wish there was an alternate version that, with those two.
I don't think it would work.
They should do a remake.
Okay, hold on a second. So you guys,
with Seagal and Van Damme now.
so you want to see a movie, both of you, where Seagal plays Van Damme and Van Damme plays Seagal?
Yeah,
It would be amazing.
It would be a fucking train wreck.
be great.
I know.
it would
Like
be
that's why it'd be amazing.
that's
That
That'd be great.
that would be a piece of shit.
It would be a purposeful train wreck instead of this actual train wreck.
This is not a train wreck, guys. Fucking the Octagon is a train wreck.
Oh, Bruce Willis and Alec Baldwin.
Double Team is a train wreck.
Bruce Willis and Alec Baldwin was one of the.
You know what they should
possible
have done?
That
combos.
would be interesting.
Here's what would have made way more sense. Was it Alec, you said? No. Billy,
Billy.
and Daniel.
Oh yeah, that'll sell the movie. People will
Billy
flock
and,
into the theater to pay.
Billy
pay to
and
see
Daniel
that.
Baldwin
The best of the Baldwins.
switched bodies.
Why would you wouldn't even say Steven?
Yeah, well.
Fucking Steven Biodome Baldwin.
My favorite Baldwin, you mean?
What is this kibble?
Pre-2000? Is Biodome an action movie? 'Cause I
Hey,
would
we made it
really-
through the first night in the Biodome.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to talk
I'm
about
a
Biodome
Sherman
quotes?
tank.
Give me the fucking keys, you fucking
Save
cocksucker.
mahi mahi, save mahi mahi, if you will.
I'm a duck-billed platypus.
See, here, you're thinking locally, and we're thinking globally.
Wow.
Now there's some quotes.
I have more.
So you guys want to do like a Biodome cast?
I would do a Biodome cast.
Yeah.
I love that.
What's
movie.
that podcast where they watch the same movie like every
Wasn't it
week?
like This Was a Mistake or something like that?
and they like talk about it, the same movie.
Those two New Zealand
really?
guys.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
What movie was it? It was something really.
The
fucking-
first one they did was it was Grown Ups.
Oh, Grown Ups. Adam Sandler. What's
And
his
then
face?
the second one they did was
Paul Blart-
Sex in the
Paul
City
Blart
2.
guy. Kevin James.
Yeah, the second one they did another season was Sex in the City 2.
You just watch the same movie every week and then do another podcast about the same movie and then watch it again and then do.
So
another.
then those guys
That would be interesting.
So those guys from that podcast, and then my brother and me, another podcast, have a podcast together where they watch Paul Blart Mall Cop 2 every Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds great.
I don't want to ruin. I haven't watched Biodome in like 10 years. I don't want to ruin it. It's perfect. So was this movie a hit? Box office?
Oh, box office-wise?
I'm guessing it was massive.
I'm pretty sure it was a hit.
I think it was. It must have been like probably the biggest John Woo movie, or maybe Mission Impossible 2 did pretty big numbers at the time.
Mission Impossible.
So
Boo.
the budget...
Fucking sucked.
Zing.
So, well, do you have a guess on budget?
Oh, what year was it?
97 money.
97?
97.
65 million.
It was 80 million.
Dustin didn't have a guess.
I did
'Cause
not.
he's slow and old.
I didn't bother. I was like,
Okay, so
It did...
let me guess. 270 million.
no.
Way lower.
Yeah, way lower.
110. Shit. I don't know.
Oh, that's pretty close for U.S. 112 in America.
Mark.
This would practically be considered a bomb now. You spent 80 million bucks on it and you
Yeah.
only made 112.
Yeah, but not back then.
No, I guess not. But
I guess that's a major
I'm
hit
sure it made
now.
a shitload of money in rentals too, and like global. But
I rented the shit out of this movie.
I believe I owned it on VHS.
I did own it on VHS, but before that, I rented the shit out of it. Before I had that fuck you buy VHS money.
Oh, okay. So on Box Office Mojo, it says worldwide 245 million.
There you go. All right.
So there you go.
There you go.
I don't think it says rentals on here though.
It doesn't.
So whose turn is to pick the next movie?
Oh shit! Is it my turn?
Yep.
Yeah.
Unless we're gonna have a guest on.
We're not gonna have a guest on. We'll set that up. We will have a guest. So stay tuned.
A
Guest.
Yeah. A guest. Stay tuned. A guest.
I haven't even. So here's
Wow.
Okay.
I need like
John's gonna think about it.
30 seconds to think about it. I haven't even thought about a movie.
Really? Okay.
What have you thought about it? 30 seconds. You're gonna come up with something.
Yep. My last one was Mad Max. What's my next one going to be?
You got to go into the 80s. To me, that's where all the, all those little
All right.
nuggets
I have
are.
Much gold to be mined.
I have it. So the next movie we're going to watch is 48 Hours.
Oh, back to the buddy cop. Well,
48
Boom.
hours.
Yeah. So that's what we're going to watch next week. So, anything else you guys have to say?
this movie's terrible, and see you next time.
Fuck John
Cool.
Travolta.
So I just want to thank everybody for listening. Please, if you have an opportunity, tell a friend, tell somebody you know, like us, rate us on iTunes or on whatever wherever you get your podcasts. Check us out on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. actionpodcast.com is our website. Thank you so much. We really, really appreciate everybody who downloads us every week, and we'll see you next week.